episode of Hank's Corner. I'm Hank Jr. here with Angelina Gabriel. Angelina, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing awesome as always. So, where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from southeastern Ohio. I live in a small town just southeast of Columbus.
Okay. And I've been to Ohio a couple times, not many times, just kind of in and out. Tell me, how's the weather over there now?
It's pretty cold, but also it's in between. But we are definitely not going to get snow for Christmas, which is sad.
Okay. And how often have you had a white Christmas?
A few Christmases. So,
Okay, well, that's good because I've only had one, so it, I always, get a little jealous when I see other people doing that, and I've had some artists on from Canada, who have tons of snow right now. That's too much for me, but nothing like a white Christmas.
yeah, yeah.
And are you ready for Christmas? Do you have any last minute things that you're trying to rush out to do, or you're good to go?
I do. I'm actually going to go shopping with my sister hopefully after this. So,
Okay. Well, we won't tell anybody that you're still out there, rushing to do some stuff. That's our little secret. So I brought you on because you're a Christian music artist, correct?
yeah.
And definitely love that. Tell me what got you into the music industry.
Well, I have always loved music. I have sang for as long as I can remember. I have done many musical things when I was younger. Like I've been in choir at my homeschool group and even I didn't always live in this small area. I did used to live in Columbus, so but after I moved here, I had less opportunities, but still good opportunities. And I have been in musicals because I also love acting and choir as well. And it's just, I don't know, I've always been surrounded by music and I just love it with a passion. So it's always been a part of my life.
And is it because your family members are in it, or were you just listening to different artists on the radio that inspired you?
Um, it's, I've, I listen to a lot of music. So I guess artists and just my family and my extended family, we all love like singing. Like my grandpa my grandma and grandpa have a piano at their house, so all my aunts and uncles will go and play piano, and we will sing along or play duets. And I learned a lot of, even though I don't play piano, I have learned things when I was younger, and it was a whole lot of fun. It's like come play this song with me, come play whatever, like chopsticks or whatever. And it's, I don't know, I just really enjoy it.
So
So
was Chopsticks one of your first songs that you ever learned? Because I know when I played a keyboard, and when I say play, I mean I could play Chopsticks, but that's it. I don't think I ever really learned anything else after that. Was that one of the first songs that you learned as well?
it was.
Yeah, it's pretty common. So, you mentioned you kind of just dabble with the piano, but what instruments do you play?
I learned violin. I learned how to play when I was around 10, and but when I moved, I picked up the guitar. So I mostly play guitar now, but I do play a little bit of violin. And actually, you can hear that in my song "Carol of the Bells" that I play in my album.
Okay. And so you mentioned that some of the influences came from the radio. What type of music did you listen to? What were some of your favorite artists?
I loved listening to the radio station 104.9 The River, which has a lot of Christian music, and it had Christian artists like Francesca Bastelli and Mercy Nee and Casting Crowns, and I really loved their music.
And you mentioned Francesca, and I got the opportunity to see her once when she came down here to Florida, and my daughter still has not let me live it down because she was not over here in Florida yet, and I did get to meet Francesca, and did get an autograph, and my daughter's just still like, "How come you didn't take me?" So one of these days, that's one of her favorite artists, as well as Lauren Daigle, that she loves listening to. Um, so you're a Christian. Can you tell me a little bit about your Christianity, your path towards Christianity?
So my family, I we're all I grew up Christian. I went to church all the time, and I just have always been influenced by it. And uh, when I went to my church before this church that I go to now, they had some missionaries come over, and one shared with me the real message of the gospel. And at first, I was just a Christian because my parents were. But no, that's no, uh, she shared with me, and my eyes were open, and God showed me, um, He brought me into His life, and I brought Him into mine, and I am, yes, I'm a Christian.
And that's awesome that you were willing to come on the show today and kind of profess that, because it is kind of tough, and uh, it's not just tough for an everyday person in everyday life, but as an artist, when you get out there and you start developing a platform, it's sometimes tougher to keep that platform and to have a successful one, because of the strain that Christians might perceive to have to face. And it's great that you got to hear the gospel for yourself, and make that decision. And one of the songs that you sing that's out there on YouTube right now is "It Came Upon a Midnight Clear," and I think that would be a great time to go ahead and play that right now.
It came upon a midnight clear, that glorious song of old, from angels bending near the earth to touch their harps of gold. Peace on the earth, goodwill to men, from heaven's oh gracious King. The world in solemn stillness lay, to hear the angels sing. Still through the cloven skies they come, with peaceful wings unfurled, and still their heavenly music floats o'er all the weary world. Above its sad and lowly plains, they bend on hovering wing, and ever o'er its babel sounds the blessed angels sing. Peace on the earth, goodwill to men, from heaven's all gracious King. The world in solemn stillness lay, to hear the angels sing.
All right, and that was "It Came Upon a Midnight Clear" by Angelina Gabriel. This is Hank Jr. on Hank's Corner. And so tell me about kind of your music aspirations. Are you a songwriter as well? Do you plan to do your own writing, or and what's the future hold for your music career?
I I do write my own stuff. I have written a few songs. I really enjoy it. I had never seen myself as a writer, a songwriter. It was kind of like that and playing guitar. It was like a lot of actors write their music and play guitar, but I don't know if I really want to do that. But then COVID hit and I was bored out of my mind. So I thought, hey, why not? So now I started writing songs and I really enjoy it.
And that's one of the things about COVID is that obviously it came with a lot of bad stuff, but there was also a blessing to that, and that also, was true for the music industry. A lot of people were able to take to social media. That kind of grew really fast. And then a lot of other people, like you mentioned yourself, is that you had the time to be home and, try these new things, whereas you might have not have been able to do that. So you had that opportunity to, work on your music craft and do some songwriting. Do you find it easy to do songwriting, or is it just something that you're working at?
I find that I have definitely grown. It's something that I grow with. So at first it wasn't very easy, but that I found was my inspiration. Just to find that I couldn't just jump into it. And I took off with a song just from that. And I realized that if I just start writing, if I find certain experiences that I can write off of, and just it takes time. It does take time.
So is it easier for you then to write upon your own personal experiences?
Yeah.
Okay. And so when you write your songs, is it something that you tend to write the song first? Do you write the melody first, or which comes first, the chicken or the egg?
Actually, I do both at the same time.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So that's pretty interesting. You're the first one that kind of told me that. Usually it seems to be one or the other. So that's definitely very interesting. So do you perform anywhere now?
I have performed in a lot of places. I don't have anywhere that I really regularly perform, except that's not true. I have performed at my grandpa's church in Columbus since I was really, really, really little. We Christmas Eve, he has a program, and actually asked me to sing there again. So I'll be doing that Christmas Eve, this coming Christmas Eve.
Okay. And one of the songs, would that be What Child Is This that you might be playing there?
Yes,
All right. Would you mind giving us maybe a little sneak peek here on Hank's Corner and play that for us?
sure. What child is this who lay to rest on Mary's lap asleep? Angels breathe with anthems while shepherds watch our keeping. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him what the faithful Son of Mary. Mary, the babe, the son of Mary.
And that's Angelina Gabriel singing. Um, what child is this? Sorry about that. Here on Hank's Corner. So, do you do a lot of covers then because you're still developing your songwriting craft?
Yeah, yeah.
Who are your favorite artists that you like to cover?
Uh, well, I really enjoy 21 Pilots. They are also from Ohio. They're from Columbus. I just like I really like the way that they have written their music and executed it, and just it's really amazing. I kind of strive to be like them in a way. So, yeah.
Okay. Have you ever gotten a chance to meet them? Do you think you might ever get to perform with them in the near future?
I no, not perform with them, but I do feel like I will meet them one day.
Okay.
I'm learning a lot of songs right now to perform at my church. So, because we actually did a Christmas program there, but after the Christmas program, I hope to lead in music there. So yeah, it's a combination of different Christian artists, but yeah.
Okay. And you mentioned that you put out an album. Tell us a little bit about the album.
So my album's actually the very first album that I've ever put out there. So you can actually listen to it on all music streaming platforms, and you can buy it on Bandcamp. And it's really, I'm really glad that I got to do this, and even at this time. And it's just been a lot of fun doing it. I actually did it with my neighbor, played piano for me, and my grandpa came over and played a little bit of guitar. So, and we recorded it, and yeah, now it's out and you can listen to it, and it's awesome.
Okay, so you heard that. You guys need to get out there and check out all the platforms because it's on all of them. You said right,
Yep.
so you can find it out there. So we're here in the Christmas season, and I've been asking everybody, all the artists that I've been talking with, tell me a little bit about maybe some of the traditions that you have during the holiday season.
Well, we some traditions are just one of my favorite traditions is that I've been doing for as long, like a very long time, is we get together and or even like separately, record our own like movies.
Mm.
And on Christmas Eve, we get together and we play them, and it's hilarious and so amazing and funny. And yeah, it's my favorite tradition.
And that's something different that I got to hear. That's kind of sounds kind of fun to do. I mean, one of my questions I do ask is, "What's your favorite movie?" But then I you might be biased because it may be one of the ones you created, right?
Yeah,
Okay, but aside from that, do you have a favorite Christmas movie out there?
that's really hard to choose one. But some of my favorites are like classics like Frosty and Rudolph. But I also really like Elf. So
Okay, well, Elf seems to be very popular this year. You're in, great company with a bunch of different artists that have said that, and but I tend to like more of the classics. You mentioned Rudolph, and Rudolph's probably the top of my list. Of course, Peanuts. I do love the Peanuts one, so I'll be watching that probably Christmas Eve with my family. We record that, and we'll be watching that. Um, I see in the background there you decorate. So, do you do a lot of decorations at your home or
yes, yes, we do a lot of decorating
okay.
outside and inside, and even in my own room is just a big explosion of Christmas.
And that's what I was going to ask, is it indoors and outdoors too? So that's great. This year we only did indoors. One of these years I might get back out there and try to get the outdoor stuff done again. But this year we just did indoors. And how about your tree? Is it real or is it artificial?
It's real. We've always had a real tree, and I love real trees.
Okay. They definitely have a great smell and they look better, but we have an artificial tree just because it's just so hard to take care of a real tree. And what does the Christmas season mean to you?
It means for me, it's family, it's getting together, it's giving, but most importantly, it's celebrating the fact that Jesus came into the world so that later, Easter, he could die for our sins, and that's just an amazing thing.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. Thank you for being bold and doing that. And we'll end the interview with "Sing a Song of Bethlehem." But before that, I just want to say, thank you for coming on the Hank's Corner here. I hope that you're going to have some great success in 2022. Do you have any snippets of what we could be expecting in 2022 from you?
I do not. Sorry to disappoint, but just know that it will be awesome.
Well, we'll definitely be looking forward to that. Once again, Angelina Gabriel, everybody, and I'm Hank Jr., Hank's Corner, and you guys have a Merry Christmas.
Oh, sing